You guys have been asking me to do a part 2 on the Beyoncé video, so I went back and grabbed 3 colors for each one of her albums, so that we could analyze the definitive Beyoncé color palette. First thing I did was graph them on a huge distribution chart so we could see if there were any patterns, and there totally are. Beyoncé entirely chooses her shades from this side of the rainbow and this side of the rainbow, and every single color has an exact opposite match. I used that to group her colors even further into steady grays, earthy greens versus ancestral greens, authoritative blues, dominant blacks, human browns, graceful reds, and clear blues. And that lets us understand how she combines colors to create complex emotional groups. Through every album, Beyoncé explores themes of power and domination, but also in every album, Beyoncé compares themes that challenge power, like softness, for example. So, for example, Dangerously in Love has an innocence and idealism color theme. B-Day is very earth versus sky. Sasha Fierce is the duality of purity versus power. 4 is a totally different duality, confidence versus vulnerability. Beyoncé is total female domination. Lemonade draws directly from her ancestors. Renaissance is future focused through the lens of self-expressionism. And Cowboy Carter is rebellion and reclamation. Now we can start to understand the patterns with which she combines colors. She always chooses from these 4 color groups. And she's the first artist that likes to cross borders with her colors. Using this chart, we can see which albums emphasize or lack certain aspects. Like Lemonade exists entirely in this ancestral earthy heritage section, whereas Beyoncé is a combination of the graceful pinks and the steady grays. Here are all of Beyoncé's colors charted by how dark versus light they are, and we can see that Beyoncé heavily favors dark colors. And then I did the same thing with saturation, and we can see that Beyoncé also heavily favors unsaturated colors. Almost all of her colors are 50% saturated or less. So which artist should I make a color palette for next?